All right, man. Detroit Lions beat the Packers from Green Bay. What was it? 16-9, I believe. Power went out. Then they fixed it. Then it went back out. So, excuse me, I ain't got all the stats in front of me, but shout out to Kirby Joseph. He had a hell of a game today. I think he had two picks maybe, fumble recovery. I mean, the game came down to the wire when it shouldn't have. Anybody that defends Jared Goff, just look at this game today. They had plenty of opportunities to win this game, or at least to ice the game, and they should have won by more than that, in my opinion. I think I had them winning by eventually 3. Look at the game. Packers just don't have much, and a little bit they had with Alan Lazard. The Lions couldn't stop him. He had his way with Jeff Okudah more than a little bit today. They were scheming things up. Okudah was following him around the field, and they would put him in a slot, and they put him on this switch wheel route, whatever you want to call it. Caught one on Okudah, then he caught one on, I think maybe Will Harris or something like that. And it was how they were scheming up ways to get their receivers open. Romeo Doubs got injured. Robert Tonyan, he really didn't do much today, even though there was an opportunity for him to catch a touchdown. I forgot who broke it up. I think it was Elliott or somebody like that. So, Green Bay had the opportunities. Aaron Rodgers, you've seen today where, there's no accountability when it comes to Aaron Rodgers. It's not much. I remember one ball, I think it might have been the last drive or one of the last drives for Green Bay. He throws the ball in the dirt, deep downfield, and he says, well, you got to catch the mother effing ball. He says, catch the ball. Whatever he said, and the ball wasn't catchable. Had he put the ball up a little bit more, some of the passes he was just behind the receiver. I think one pass, they could have threw for a touchdown over the middle on a post. He threw it behind the receiver. So, they just ain't, they just ain't on the same accord. And what you boil it down to is Green Bay. I mean, I think he threw his first touchdown to a first-round pick. And it wasn't from the other week. And it wasn't anybody the Packers drafted. It was Mercedes Lewis, who was drafted by the Jacksonville Jaguars. So, I just don't get it. When you had the success with Donald Driver, Antonio Freeman, Javon Walker, Jordy Nelson, Devontae Adams, Rondo Cobb, when you had that type of success from, with those receivers, but you got to understand the game has evolved. It's evolved a ton. Stafford to Cooper Kupp, Tom Brady, Randy Moss, Tom Brady, Mike Evans. I mean, Kirk Cousins, Justin Jefferson. You need that guy. You need that guy, and they failed to go out there and get that guy in free agency. And you seeing how important Devontae Adams is, even though the Jaguars lost to the Raiders today. You seeing how important that he actually is. And it's hurting him. It's hurting him, and, rolling with Alan Lazard, to me, not a 1, 2, or 3. He's somebody I have as my 4th receiver at best. Christian Watson or whatever his name is, he come from a North Dakota State where, they don't throw the ball as much. It's not complex. So not only does he got to brush up on, or learn how to run routes, but, he got to learn how to be within the system and how a system works. So, that's a huge difference right there. Then you continue to roll on, and Randall Cobb's injured. Sammy Watkins always injured. He was out there, but his injuries, he ain't been able to form that rapport, with Aaron Rodgers yet, because he been injured. Then you look at the defense. They spent all this capital and first-round picks on the defense, and then you pay attention to that. You look at the defense, and then they're not good enough to do what Baltimore did, and that's hold teams to, no touchdown or 1 touchdown or a field goal or 2. And then, they're able to score a lot of points and shit. So, I mean, at the end of the day, it is what it is. It is what it is, but I just literally don't get it with them. They don't believe in, drafting, offensive players in the first round, and then 2, they don't believe in bringing in big time free agents. I mean, Reggie White still might be the most elite free agent that they brought in. You know, I mean, they did bring in Charles Woodson too. So, you know, but usually when they do it, it seems like it's on the defensive side of the ball. So, I mean, today, I mean, it was an easy pick, honestly. You know, I kind of was wavering on the pick because they don't have Lionsdale some injuries. No Josh Reynolds, no DJ Shark. Obviously, they traded TJ Hawkinson, and some of the tight ends was able to replicate what he does. So I let you know, people talking about, oh, y'all trading away TJ Hawkinson, y'all letting him go. And I'm saying he don't do much. You can ask, Jamie Mitchell, and that's probably what they drafted, whatever the Mitchell kid from Virginia Tech. That's probably why they drafted him. You can ask him to do what Hawkinson could do, Brock Wright could do, Hawkinson do. What they using, how they using of Hawkinson, you know what I'm saying? They're not abusing them. You know, so, I just don't understand it. But with the tight ends, we didn't ask Hawkinson to do anything complex. So, everything that he was asked to do was minor. It was nothing complex as far as what you're seeing with Antonio Gates and you seeing with guys like, Shannon Sharp or Kellen Winslow Sr. Or it wasn't like he was the vocal point of the offense. And on even on games where he was the number one obvious, option, they didn't scheme it up that way. And that was through countless offensive coordinators in which, he was never that guy. It's many. So, to me, that was a problem. And that's why I knew, even they extended the fifth year option, that was honestly to probably, get his value up for a trade. And, him and Minnesota got the win today. I think he caught a couple balls today or whatever, but he just something nobody you gonna use and abuse. Well, the Lions didn't use and abuse him. So they ain't they ain't put him on wheel routes. They ain't do anything vertical with him. They used him like any other balanced tight end from the 80s and the 90s. A lot of blocking and possession receiver. And like I said before, with his athleticism, his ability to get vertical, they never used him on the 7. They never used him on out breaking routes. They never used him comebacks. They never bunched him up for free releases. He never been the vocal point of the offense. Only a handful of games. Bad. Only a handful of games he's been that guy. So, I mean, anything, it wasn't no void going to be a miss with him. It's probably why they took the kid out of Virginia Tech to caught a touchdown today. It was just, tight end by committee, and that wasn't hard. So, won a lot of DeAndre Swift today. He had the big catch where Jared Goff threw it behind him, and eventually, I think they got 6 off of that right behind the goal line. But yeah, Green Bay just not a good football team this year. Defense is not stacked enough to carry an offense in which they have no legit threat. You're not scared of Aaron Jones. You're not scared of A.J. Dillon. Not worried about Lazard, Watson, whatever the kid from North Dakota State name is. Not just yet. So, Romeo Dobbs, you're not scared of him just yet. So, I mean, do Rodgers got time to help develop these receivers is the question, and I don't think so. You can see no accountability for self-accountability. Some of them throws was bad, but then again, a lot of them catches was routine catches that Jordy Nelson or Donald Driver or Devontae Adams would make, Greg Jennings would make. And that wasn't the case today. Now you're seeing it ain't Matt LaFleur. It's talent. Anybody can coach, Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams when they really need a Matt LaFleur to step up as a coach in those playoff games and scheme something up. He didn't step in. That Mike McCarthy, Matt LaFleur, Matt McCarthy, John McCarthy, whatever it is, anybody can kind of just steer. Anybody can steer that football team. So anybody can steer it. So I mean, it wasn't no surprise. Green Bay be at the top of the draft. They're still gonna take defense. They're still gonna take a corner. Still gonna take a linebacker, a pass rusher, and they're not gonna take a receiver or nothing else. So, it is what it is. They got a big win today, and that's what it is. And now Green Bay, they feeling it now that they get that pick next year. They gonna continue to do defense, and they feeling now neglecting, offense going in and out, going in and out of the seasons. They neglected it. And I don't know what she see. She just excited the Lions won. I see what she see. But yeah, good game, man. But offense should have put up way more points. But like I said, it was down some players. I mean, pretty much DeAndre Swift was a part-time player today. So I mean, they did good for what they made. Jared Goff threw the pick. He threw a late deep crossing route to what was the kid name? St. Brown. It should have been a little bit more time with that though, but it's becoming clearer and clearer. He just ain't the guy. But like I said, we haven't ever seen a consistently healthy offense. I mean, if that's Jameson Williams, DJ Shark, Josh Reynolds, and etc., I think it'd be very, very exciting for the Lions and even for Goff. But hey, got a big win. Let me know what you girls and guys think in the comment section. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance of notifications. We go live and drop video. Financially, want to support the channel. Cash App, $ CJ Good 313. Venmo CJ Good 313. PayPal link in the description. Appreciate the love and support. Peace.